Welcome. My name's Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia. It's just turned 5 o'clock in the morning on a Monday for me. It's Sunday for you, Tom. And hmm, yes, thanks for dropping that little Instagram, I think it was, into the group with the Fed talking about rates. It's interesting, isn't it, how the market's done something even before it gets turned. Right, let me just share this. So welcome to the FOREX analysis session. Please note that any trades discussed in this group are to be classed purely as educational only. That's because we're a group of people helping each other and we're not financial advisors. There is a full risk disclosure there and a little bit about us as live session traders. Very different things. All right. I'm not in any trades. Said last week or the end of last week, just wait for the market to settle down at the start. We'll just go have a look through the pairs and see where things are at and what sort of things are happening and what we can potentially predict for the week. All right, so on the charts here, we've got the daily sitting on the left, 4 hour on the right. So it's interesting though, I'm just observing, what do we got coming up here? What's this? Inflation rate on Tuesday. Okay, New York Open on a Tuesday for inflation rate for Canada. Rightio. So, back here on 8th of August, it pushed up. It sort of turned around the 20th, came back, and gave us a short. So it was a bit of a sideways and then pushed back down. And then this week just gone, it pushed back up again. The thing is that it got along there and we did get along on the daily. So both of those sort of suggested that there would be a buy, and it did. It just pushed up. How far did that move? 70 pips. And then came back down again. So that will be, I'll put it at the end of the market. So that's the end of the week. Don't have to have that anyway, but well. So now there's a pushback that occurred at the end of the trading week. What are your thoughts, Tom? You there?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Not quite sure as well.
I'm not making my decision till after Tuesday.
Right.
So I don't really care about this pair because I'm waiting till Tuesday anyways.
Well, that must mean a lot of other pairs as well.
Yes.
Okay.
The reason being is you're at a inflection point. You're at your top of your rails. You have a signal telling you to sell with a triangle. You have indecision candles working across for consolidation. So you know it's going to move.
Yeah. No.
They're going to make some kind of big move. Well,
we're not sure of the direction.
Exactly. You're not, that's what I was going to say. You know they're going to make a big move. You just don't know what direction. So I'm going to let it play out.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to take this trade. So once they decide which way they're going to go, if it gives me a nice big push in one direction, I'm going to look for the opposite direction to either buy or sell it.
Yeah. See, it's conflicting as far as, we've got it's
Exactly.
within the rails on the daily. It hasn't come to the outside edges at all. It's gone long, then to consolidation to a short, then another long within the rails, and then it's just
Right. So look what's happening on your daily. You're in the halfway point between the
yeah,
low and the high
yeah, in the danger zone as far as I
in the
call it.
danger zone. So it's going to have to push one way or another.
Yeah.
Regardless of which way it pushes, I'm looking for the pullback to continue in that direction.
Mm.
If I don't get my pullback in either direction after Tuesday, then I'm going to assume it's going to continue in that direction it's heading.
Well, Tuesday with this pair, Tuesday is rate decision in the US, which
Yeah.
like that, Instagram's talking about half a basis point, not a quarter. So it's
Right.
like, the potentially, I'm not saying that is what it'll do. And then the Canadian, inflation news will come out too. So that's a lot of news to throw it around. And you're right. Okay, let's go AUDC. We'll just go down, looking down through them. And look at this, crazy as well. Same sort of thing. The Aussie dollar has just come off a high to that was a nice push down. I got a lot of that. And then come up to short and then another long. Really similar to the AUD CAD. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the only thing is that this has come to the outside edge of the rail on the daily. Yeah. It didn't come outside on the 4 hour, but again, it's like it's got to push one way or the other. That's really what it's very similar discussion as AUD can. There is a short here, but it's related to a long over on the daily. It just too conflicting. Okay, AUD JPY. Hmm. Yeah.
Balance of trade for Japan on Tuesday.
Is it? Oh yeah. Oh, that's not such a. But other things, the inflation rate is.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. All they have to do is hide the move in the news.
Yeah. Oh, and this is what they're saying on the 20th, though, there's a Bank of Japan interest rate decision to keep it on hold at 0.25. Potentially. We don't know. Hmm. Well, they definitely went and cut back up. Like, remember we put these two trend lines?
Mm-hmm.
That has broken out of that trend and it broke back, coming back down again. All right. Now, do you put another trend line here, Tom?
No, I just adjust. Once to get, I'm taking it from the two, whatever the last two are, shorts or longs. Right.
It's that.
Yes. Because
Okay.
that it like resets the move. You
Hmm.
now have a short. Now either that short breaks that long
Yeah, yeah.
and goes
Or
lower, or we're going to turn around here.
yeah.
And when we turn around, I'm going to look for that long to break structure here, pull back, and then push and go again to beat that short at the top.
Hmm.
When that comes, I don't know. It may come in a week or next week or 2 weeks.
Hmm. Or when this news comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Very undecided. All of these ones. AD. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. The market's not open, but this is a little bit more defined. We don't have a long here yet. It's really interesting. Mm. Well, it definitely hasn't broken that short yet, has it? It tried to. It just hasn't.
Is that the long candle? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, is that the short candle you were pointing at?
Well, the short candle's this one,
Right. So it
but it
has
hasn't.
broken it.
It has broken the actual short candle,
Right.
the top of it, but it hasn't. It hasn't broken the top of the. Hasn't broken structure, if that makes any sense. I'll be waiting
Right.
for
So
that to.
you see that trend line you have there that says short to low? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
short to long.
So long. Yeah,
It should now go long upward. That trend line's dead.
yeah. You reckon it should go like that?
No, it should go at the bottom of the wick. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I think that's potentially. We'll see. It could come up to the outside of the rail, give us a red triangle, and then push back down again. But again, we don't. Yeah. See, we don't have a long here. Right. There isn't any news coming up either. Um, hang on. That's really weird. When's the rate decision? Okay. Um, oh God. Uh, I don't know when. It's not. Um, um, right. 24th of September. Right. So it's, yeah, next Tuesday. No, Tuesday week, tomorrow week, but Tuesday week it'll be. So we've got, yeah, okay. That's when that is. It's not showing up there because it's next week. Right, yeah. But I think the US decision will make probably a bigger move. AUD Singapore for short, still playing on that short. Again, this is like very similar to AUD CAD as well. Pullback. So nothing sort of easy. Not on this one anyway. Again, it hasn't come out of the rail. We don't have a triangle. There's no long. It's just see how the market settles down at the first 24 hours. Oh well, it'll be 48 by the time we see what's happening with that rate decision anyway. Okay. So this will be rate decision here. Retail sales are down. So they're predicting only a quarter basis point. Yeah. But we'll see. Okay. So again, this is just pulled up at the end of the week. We don't have a short out here yet, like we did there. But I think it will sell, but we'll see. That again is just, I'm not going to forfeit any dollars on these ones. None of those AUDs at this point. And it's probably going to be a similar thing across the band here. CAD CHF. This is just a slow burn down after a really big drop. It hasn't pushed itself up.
I'm in this one.
Even for the sell.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still in it from over the weekend? Like you held it? Okay.
Yeah.
You reckon this is just do a pull up and then it's going to push back down?
Yeah, it's gonna come back up a little bit, test that area, and then I'm gonna get a further push down. I think it's gonna break that low.
Okay. Sort of in a danger spot here though, but that's like the end of the trading week, isn't it, Tom? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Short on there. Still following that short. Okay, that's good. I'll keep it up to date. We'll see what happens.
Well, I've already moved my stop to entry.
Okay, yeah. So you're.
So I could care less one way or another.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. KJ. God, look at this pushing back down again. Oh, the short and then a short on. It sort of broke that a bit, but then it just turned and came back.
Right.
I think that's what took me out last week. I got into the trade here, and then my trailing stop got me out. I didn't lose the full amount, and it just came back to that point, pushed up and then back down again.
Right.
I'm sort of contemplating how I play those trailing stops. Like it's a good thing that it actually, gets me out. But I think what I need to do is have the trailing stop, but then when it moves a certain amount of pips, it's probably going to be different for different pairs, but when it's a certain amount in, that it'll actually automatically bring it back to break even. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just look at it different. That's all. I would if it's me, I'm moving my stop to the top of the short candle that it says. Because if it's going to break up, it's got to beat the short.
Yeah, I did. But the point is I have a trailing stop. So as it goes down further, the stop pulls back down. That's what I'm saying to you.
Right, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go any lower than the last short or the rollover, and it continues down, and there's no short on it. Then I would move my stop down to that next level. But if it's going to go back up, it's got to beat that short candle.
Yeah, but it came up and matched it. See there?
Right.
That's
it didn't go any higher.
No. Wow.
So you see where it says short here on the next one?
That one here, yeah.
Yeah. You should move your TP to the top of the red candle above the short. See it?
Oh, you,
Yeah, it's not the short candle, it's the red wick or the red candle before it.
right.
Because it can't beat this short. It can come back up and match it,
Yeah, which it did.
which it did. But
Mhm.
do you see where it says short? Take that
Yeah,
short
yeah,
candle.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's the short candle, but you mean the candle before it?
Yes. Thank you.
There,
Yes.
the candle before the short candle,
Then you don't. Then,
or
yeah.
the
Then you
candle
don't
before,
care.
or the candle before the long candle.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the true safe. That's the true safe candle
Mm-hmm.
because it
Yeah.
should not beat that long if it's gonna keep going up. It should not beat that long. So there's your safe candle. It'll keep you out of getting stopped out if the
Yeah, yeah.
spread hits.
Gotcha. And you've got a situation here where, for example, in this, so what was that? That was Tuesday. Yeah, okay. So the week is about here or somewhere through to there, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
really what we're seeing is the week. So all it did was it came up, created the short, and it's following it's still the short from over on the daily. So once you get that short, oh well, yeah, you'd be in the trade potentially at the next candle or somewhere here. It pushes down and then it starts pushing back up and gives you the long. But the point is, you would have had your stop loss up here, which means that that push up there would have you in drawdown from there back up, and then it would go into positive again.
Oh no, no. If I have my stop up there, when I see that push and I get that big red candle,
Which one? This
the
one?
actual short candle,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I'm moving my stop down to entry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go through it. What you're saying is, okay, you see it push back up, gives you a long, got that there. It gives you a short, you see it push down, you have entry there at the next candle.
No.
No?
Okay, so go. You see your green arrow to the left.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, you see that green candle?
Yeah,
When
yeah,
it starts pushing up, it pushes up, pushes up, pushes up, and it gives me that red spike at the bottom.
that one.
That one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't do anything with it yet. Just remember
Mm-hmm.
that candle. And
Mm-hmm.
I keep watching it. And I get
Mm-hmm.
the green candle happens. And then another green candle happens. And
Mm-hmm.
it gives me a long.
Mm-hmm.
And this red candle and then a green candle, but it's not going anywhere. So I set up a trade underneath
And
that red
you're
wick.
saying because it's got a long, this will need to beat that long, so it'll come down and you'll initiate your trade at the
Right
bottom
there.
of that candle.
Right
Okay,
there.
so let me how will I do this? I'll do this. So that becomes your entry
Right.
there because of that red wick on that candle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you're in the trade.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes up a short. So you go like, okay, beauty, lovely. It's giving me a short.
Right.
So you're in the trade. As it comes down here, you are moving your stop loss, are you?
Yeah, I'll move it down to entry.
You'll move it down to here.
Yep.
But that's where your stop is
When I
initially.
start. Right.
Okay. If you move it down to entry and it comes back up, it's like me having a trailing stop. It's going to come back and basically stop you out where you started.
Well, yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. Uh, Yes, you're right. In this case, it would come back and stop me out. That's right. You're absolutely right. It doesn't always happen.
No, you're
Right.
right. You're right. But by moving that once it goes into thing you are. So the thing is for me, I got into the trade and I was in positive, but because I had a trailing stop, it pulled back and stopped me out wherever slightly entry. I can't remember what it was. And then it kept traveling down.
Right.
So from a strategic point of view, though, it would have been much better to leave the stop where it was and not have a trailing stop. If you're going to, you're going to lose that trade. But if not, then at least you're in that trade and it's back into positive again. But your strategy, what you're doing though, is if it comes back,
Which I'm not watching the charts at this time.
yeah. Well, this is your setup while you're not watching the charts, you're sleeping or whatever it is. At least you have a safeguard that it'll come back and you have a chance to get back in again. But what you would do is you would have an entry potentially at the bottom of that low, would you? That long? Because it would need to break that long.
I would have a trend line from the green wick going up. Yep.
Hmm?
To the bottom of that red wick next to it, just like that.
Yeah.
I would not be concerned with this trade until it came down to that trend line.
Yeah.
I can see it turn at the top of the turn. Did you get a short?
Not up there. You did down
No,
here.
but it's still turning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have my two candles that push down red. I have my pullback, which tells me on the lower time frame, that's a pullback.
Yeah.
And then I have my red candle set up. So in this situation, if I was going to take this trade, it would be underneath that green candle that pulled back.
That one just there.
Yep. And look where you got your
shorts. The next one. Yeah. Which is yeah.
So now this trend line down gets swung out. Can you just blow up that 4-hour page real quick?
Sure.
So the trend line down actually gets moved from the very top up there.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Comes from there down to here now,
Down to there.
it?
Yes.
There or there?
No, down to this short, right in the middle.
Like that.
Yeah, except take the top of the red wick. Like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can see it. Now we know it's channeling down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can see that in the curve of your curve lines there. It's channeling down.
Yeah.
So the way I look at this is find the structure it has to go back to, and that structure is that lone green candle right there in the middle of that big down run.
That one or that one?
Nope, up.
That one.
Up. That one.
Oh.
That's the structure it has to go back to. It has to go back to it. In order to keep going up, it's got to break this to beat the high.
Yeah, to keep
So all I'm looking for is for this to say, okay, I'm no longer making new lows.
Yeah, okay.
As soon as this stops making new lows, I'm only concerned about buys when it comes to my trend line.
Yeah.
So when this pulls back and it starts to curve and you get another short, I'm looking for it to beat this low. If it doesn't beat this low, I'm looking for the buy out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to have to start breaking structure.
Potentially the long to pull it back, yeah.
Right. And if it pulls back up and beats the short next to it, there's a good chance it's going to beat the second short up because it's breaking your trend line.
Mhm.
If it breaks your trend line, look for the push, the pullback, and the breakthrough. If it breaks this short here on the second one down, then we know it's going for the top.
Yeah.
It may take weeks
Yeah,
or
whatever.
months to
Take
get
whatever
there.
time. Yeah, no.
Because if you look
It's
on the
got it.
daily, it's got a long ways to travel back up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they're going to do a little money collecting along the way. That's how I watch it. Because eventually it's going to go long on your daily.
Yeah, eventually. That's right.
And then I know I'm going to be looking in the right direction.
Hmm. But
Until then, this still says sell.
Yes, that's right. Still says sell. That's right. And if you go CHF, JPY, same thing. The short is still way up there, which is, it matches up the daily and the 4 hour. And look at it, it's broken that low there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just pushed into the fair value gap on the daily time frame.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
So now we're either going to break through this and make a new low past that low.
Yeah, this one.
Or we're going to turn around and pull back up for a pullback first, at least.
Look at how long that JPY was pushing up. Now it's, yeah. All right. There'll be some more JPYs as we go. Your AUD. Here's our channels. Weird spots. What's this Euro news? That's an economic sentiment. Okay. And Euro CAD. Now we're looking for that's been pushing up, but it's come to a high. It's interesting, isn't it? When you get the turns, like in the market, particularly on the daily, you'll see it wicks either one way or the other before it actually then turns. But normally quite like a long week, when it does that sort of thing. Anyway, at the moment, we've got a long off a long. And we're going to have a pullback and then we'll see about pushing back up. So from that point of view, if it's going to go down, it's going to have to break this long here. What line have I got? Oh, that's I think I'll get rid of that for a minute. So for it, it's going to have to break that long down there. But the point is, we still have a long to push up. So it depends on how far this pulls back, but it would need to have to come back to break. Or it's already broken that short though. Let's just put a trend on this. Yeah. Back up there for the moment. We'll see what happens. It's going to have to break that high up there, but if it comes back down again, depends on how far it comes back down. I think this is still going to go further up, but we've got going to have a sell out to start with. What are these ones? That's the sentiment and that's the inflation. Okay. That'll show us sooner. So it depends whether we get a short in here or not. Well, I think we will get a short. Would you come off this candle here? Oh, these two here.
Well, it already broke my trend line, because that's why you got the red candle.
The one
So
going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, all I'm waiting for now is a verification candle for me. And that verification candle is going to be down. You see where the long candle is?
That one or that one?
That one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying it's gonna have to come down there to break that long, even if it has to go up first. So my entry candle would be at the bottom.
Oh, hey, wait. So you're saying for it to continue up, you think it's going to have to break this long candle down before it starts to push back up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, yep. No, sorry, continue. I'm interrupted.
Oh, no, that's okay. So for me, my entry right now would be at you see that long where it says long, that candle? No, the other one?
Yep.
Yeah. Go up one candle, and then at the bottom of the next candle where it's flat, right there is my entry.
Okay. Yeah, I went up a little higher. Okay. Okay, so you're staying there because if you have it up here, this could trigger you in at market open and then keep going up. It could there too, but it's less likely. Okay.
Well, to get down there, I already have a red candle, right?
Yeah.
So you see your two shorts previous to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the short it just broke.
Yep.
Okay. See the green candle next to the red one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no. The other
That
candle
one.
on the other side.
Oh, that one.
That one. Okay, go down to the left one candle. Right. You see how it's got no wick?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's got, yeah, virtually none. Yeah.
Okay, go down to the long. You see how that candle's got no wick?
Yeah.
Go down to the green candle to your
Yeah,
left
down
at the
there.
bottom.
Yeah,
See how it's got no wick?
no wick. Yeah.
Okay, so all these red
It
candles
means it
came
didn't try to
down.
push. It didn't try to push down. It only had momentum to push up.
Right, there's too much money sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And all these red candles pushed down and took out every one of those as they went for each candle. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came back to push back up, it
Yeah.
has to break the high, which is that short.
High. Yeah.
And it just takes off and goes up. So as this comes around now and we're turning red again, I'm saying the next candle should beat that low where there's no wick and create a short.
Yeah.
How far down that goes, I'm saying it's going to come down to at least that long.
That long.
Because if you look at the rest of the candles down, even the ones with no wicks at the very bottom have already been taken.
Yeah.
So I'm only looking for this to come back to that long. Now it may come back and do 1 pip over and turn around and take
Yeah.
off again. And I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I
Yeah.
just want from that entry down to that long.
Long. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care the amount of how much it is. That's my trade. If it comes down into this zone and then breaks it, my entry will still be at 0 and I've lost nothing.
Yeah. 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 It's 50 pips. Okay. And it could go further.
And it could go further. We don't know.
No, we don't know.
I mean, on the higher time frame, it's wedging up. Wouldn't this be a beautiful opportunity for it to break my trend line from that long up?
Yeah.
You should move your trend line. It's too tight.
Where do you want it?
No, on your daily.
Oh, there.
No, at the bottom. Take it from the low.
Oh, over here.
Yeah. And across. There you go. Now you're looking for it to pull back to your trend line, tap it, and take off.
And then take off.
If that's the case, if that's what it's going to do on the daily, I'm looking at it to get it on the 4-hour.
Yeah.
So you have a green candle right there on the daily, right?
Yes.
And you're anticipating it to keep going up, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, you have your long. So what are you looking for?
Well, yeah, you are. Yeah, yeah, you're looking on the daily, you would. Correct.
Okay, so if you're looking for longs on the daily, over here on the 4-hour,
Mm.
you have to anticipate it's only going to go so far. You're only willing to take so much of a trade.
Yeah, correct.
It's not likely going to break this low.
Correct. That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying if I only pick up 50 pips here, I'm okay. Because when it pulls down and it gives me the buy signal, I'll know to get in for the buy, knowing it's going to beat the short to go higher, to beat the short to the left.
Yeah. This short over here on the daily.
Right.
It's already beaten it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now it's going to do one of two things. It's got to either break the most recent short to the left. Where is it? Where's the next one to the left?
There isn't. It's
right. So either we make a new short up there,
correct,
or we're turning here, and this is actually just part of a flag pullback.
Yeah.
So am I taking this short on the 4-hour just in case? Yes. Because if this is the end of the flag for the pullback and we're going to get another major push down, then that's where I want to catch it at the very end.
Yeah. Now we'll see what happens, won't we?
So if I only get the 50 pips, fantastic. If it actually pushes and I get more, fantastic.
And if it keeps pushing up, well, that's just the way it is.
Right. And I profit out.
Yeah, correct. All right,
and then I take the buy.
And then you take, that's right. Then you take a buy. Yeah. Okay, Euro CHF. Ooh. I don't know if you'd pull it out further. You pull it out to the week? Oh, I'm just trying to look at it. Anyway.
Yes.
Well, this is sort of like the Euro CAD. We've already got the short on there, and now it's pulling back up again. Come off the danger zone.
So at this point, no, my trend line is still underneath that short.
Oh yeah, okay, over there.
No, not on the daily.
No,
on the 4-hour.
Yeah, just about sort of there.
I see. When you move one, they both move. Look at that.
Yeah. I'll move it on the daily.
No, you want to put it where it says short. That green candle before it says short.
Up there.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
because now it's broke your trend line.
Yeah.
So you should automatically start another trend line down because that's going to tell you if you're going up or down from the top of the wick. From the top of the wick, not the short.
Ah, you mean the top
Yeah,
up
you
here.
want the high. There you go.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
We'll
now if
break
it
that.
doesn't break that low or that high and starts going sideways, you know it because your trend lines will
Mm.
tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so much crazy sideways and just up and
Mm-hmm.
downs that are going on. Gonna wait. Tuesday will be the change. Same here. Look at this. Just
I'm still in this.
for the buy.
Yeah.
Doing all right. But look at all that. That
What a
is such,
mess.
it is a mess, isn't it?
Like radio scratch for SOS.
All right, yeah, JPY. See, that's still pushing down on that. Same as that CHF and the CAD-J. Just incredible. We've still got a short here. We've got nothing. We've only got the green triangles here. No long at all. And we do have that long, short. I get no idea where this is going at the moment. I think it'll potentially break that, like the CHF has, but it'll depend on all this news down here. And I'd rather get that buyback if I can. I'll wait till the market opens anyway. Euro NZD. Oh, hmm. So obviously, well, how much is that here? Where's that? Yeah, that's just for the week. Look at it. Choppy all over the joint.
Yeah, I may lose this one.
You reckon this short candle push back down?
No, I'm in it for the short.
Oh, right. Okay. Because it's broken past the short.
Well, not only that, but I should have never taken the short to begin with.
Hmm.
You have a
Because
long on the daily.
long of daily, yeah. Still, just so much. Anyway, patience is what's needed in this stuff. Euro Singapore. We need that big long and a short. So it's still playing off that short. That's okay. And it's probably going to break. Well, no, it has. It's already broken that long. Yeah. And Euro USD. Look at the choppiness. All right. When the market opens, we'll just see what happens. There may be some jumping around. All right, GBPs. Yeah, nothing's really giving us a nice. Wait till we get the channels up. Didn't come out the channel. Did all of this craziness here. There is no short. The long is the last thing, but that got broken. Come off here. Oh yeah, broken up there, but we've got no long on that. And GN will be a similar, but anyway, GBP CAD. Look at that sideways stuff. But that was a interesting. I don't know what the news was for that. That just so that's the inflation news. That's inflation for UK. When's that? That's going to be on the 18th. On the 19th, they got a rate decision. Keep it on hold. Okay. Just look at the choppiness in this. It's just horrible stuff. Hard to get some sort of a trend run on this.
Now I think it's going to drop.
It's going to drop out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It failed. It failed to break that high to the left.
That one here.
Yep.
I don't
See it on your
know.
daily.
Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah.
So if it
And
failed to break that high,
there's a high further up though.
right, well, you're going to get some sort of pullback
Yeah, true.
because that's not structure. That's market
Yeah,
moving.
yeah, it is. That was quite a considerable move. 150 pip move. Oh yeah. GBP and CHF totally again, it's just chopping around. Oh, we do have a short though. That short, but look at it come back up again. Only breaking that. Roll on Tuesday, please. Give us some sort of direction. Like this is rubbish. GJ. Now that's still coming back down. That short sign. We'll see whether that pulls back up or not. But I think this is all the JP was. I think they're going to go further. Depends on what happens with that. And GN. Yeah, look at that choppy again. Last week was rubbish. for, for us trading this anyway, Tom. All right, GBP and well, they're correct. Not the best. Great for the stock market, it reckons, but I reckon this will sell out further. And we don't have a short there, but it's come off that danger zone and push them back down. I think it'll break that low. All right, GBP USD. There's a lot. Move up there. The end of the market is pulling back. Look at that. Big push down and then push back up again. Didn't break the high though.
Did break structure.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you're right. From the week before, you mean?
Yeah, that last long on the 4 hour
Yeah,
broke structure.
yeah.
So now is this now a flag pattern on the higher time frame? or are
Yeah.
we actually moving
Are
into
we moving
a
up?
down to the other side of the rail?
Mm-hmm. And potentially that could be in relation to fundamentals. If the rate decision comes in, it could still push it up higher. I mean, because this is a British pound to the US dollar.
And how many days till he gets here?
The British pound one?
Or the US, whichever. What's the next one?
US rate decisions Tuesday, this Tuesday. And then it's Wednesday, Thursday for the Bank of England, which is supposedly keep it on hold. I think it's going to
So
push
two
the
more
market
candles at
around.
least then, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You mean on the daily? Yeah. 2 more candles. Yeah, I'm just going to sit and wait. Let it do its thing and then pull the other way. All right.
Or at
NZD
least give
CAD.
you a clear signal.
Yeah, that's right. I need something clear. It's been just too messy. All right, we've got a short, and then it's pulled back up again. Then it's this is NZDs.
Yeah, I'm in this.
You already got in for the sale?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting you to hold it over the weekend. I suppose if they're worthwhile, you will. NZD CHF. It's pulled down but back up at the end. I think it'll sell further out. Again, just danger zone pullbacks, back to danger zone pullbacks. One way or the other, please. Here's the NZD, Japanese yen. Like all the other JPYs, they're all still pulling back down. I haven't got a clear turn on this as yet. Look at that. That's a significant drop that was, I think. 460 pips. The NZD's been on the nose. I think this will drop out further as well. We don't have a short here yet. And it's already broken that long there on the 4 hour. It'll probably pull back, and then we'll get into a sell on it. Singapore Japanese yen again. See how it's dropped back down? Got a low to go to. All it does is just pulls back to the center and drops off. Pulls back to the center, drops off. US CAD. This looks like we've got the long, that big long push up. We've got no other long for it at the moment. Break this short up here though. We'll see when the market opens. Have to break that. Okay, USD and CHF. Oh, is this the turn? And that'll come up with the rate decision again Tuesday. Just take it easy. And UJ has broken out the bottom last week. That's good. There's two shorts. There's a long short onto that. So really, we're still taking sells. We might get along here into another short. This could just continue further. Right, there's another long down here to take out. Another one, another one. Anyway, we don't truly know at the moment. USD and CHF. Now that was a big drop out from the US dollar. Hasn't broken that low there, but certainly it has been 550 pips drop. But now it's faltering away. You can see where it's up, down, up and down. I think this could be the low. I'm going to start getting longer than this now to come back up. Could be a good one. Gold. Oh, look at the push back up. All-time high. 25.85. Wow. And again, is it waiting? Silver. Oh my gosh. You well done, Darren. I think he was in a buy on that. But the Bitcoin was the biggest jump. Look at that. Look at the push back up. It's back up to nearly 60,000. A little gap in there and sideways. And then oil it's retraced a little bit. It's pulled back up, but I don't think it doesn't have any real strength to it though. Doesn't have a long over here. Okay. And cocoa's basically going sideways again too. Right. Well, Tom, let's see what gaps we get. And Tuesday is going to be fireworks day. I predict, but I don't, we don't know, but there's going to be some crazy stuff move around this week with inflation rates coming out, US change, whether England doesn't move their interest rate. And then next week it's here for the AUD interest rate, which, all news reports are like we're going to be 6 months behind US. It depends on how much it pushes the market around though, and what we end up with figures here. So
Okay.
Thanks for your time, Tom, and your input, feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, my bus sprung a leak again on Friday.
Oh no.
Yeah, but interesting enough, apparently on Friday the new pipe arrived. So mechanic rang me up on the weekend and said, "Oh yeah, we've got the pipe on Friday. We've put it in. So check the oil." It's like, okay, no worries. So back in me standard bus, and hopefully it's all right for a while now. And now they've got this one issue fixed up. And then the weekend we made a whole heap of lamb sausages. Had a sheep slaughtered.
Dude.
Yeah, so natural skins, hog skins, and we made them all up on the weekend. A couple of different sort of secret recipe blends, spices into them.
Nice.
But no garlic or onion, because my daughter can't have a garlic or onion, so made them up with sort of like, I don't know, fennel and oregano and a few of those sorts of things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can't
You
beat.
can't buy store bought. You can't buy store bought sauces that good. I guarantee it.
No, they're homegrown and spiced up the way you want them. That's
Yep.
good.
Yep. There's a
Anyway,
place out here in Lodi that's legendary for their sausages,
yeah,
and they do everything like on their own, all homemade, organic ingredients, and they
yeah.
they farm raise their own animals and things like that.
Oh,
And
really?
man, those sausages are just amazing.
Yeah, no, that's right. You can't beat them when you do that sort of stuff. So yeah, and we did, sort of a coarse ground, so it's not all sort of mushy or anything. It's like got pieces in it. So
Mm-hmm.
that was good.
Yep. Too
Anyway,
fine makes it too dense.
yeah, correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was good. Lovely. All right then. Well, tomorrow will probably be a settling. We'll just see whether there's many gaps in the market or not at open, because there's not been a lot over the weekend. It depends on how many people have eaten cats and dogs and pets and that sort of thing in Springfield. Um, should see the
Right.
parodies. Some of the
I
stuff on the
I've seen
internet
them.
is.
Yeah. He knew he screwed up, so he blurted out how much he hates Taylor Swift
Good
just
on
to
him.
change the subject.
uh, well, I was reading like there's so many Republicans, like long-term Republicans, are going nuts. This is not working. We're not
Right.
following this idiot. But whether people will, no, I predict that he'll lose and be a sore loser. It'll
I
be
don't know, man.
really
It is
okay.
like paper thin,
Correct.
margins.
Okay. Yeah,
One
because
good
that, but
sneeze and one good sneeze and he's gonna win.
yeah. But you see that whole sort of, what do they call it? What is it? Um the election thing. I mean, you can be the majority winner
The
and
electoral college.
yeah, thank you, electoral college. That's what I was
Yeah,
trying to
that's why I'm
like.
saying it's paper thin.
Such a weird system. Like you just go
Yeah,
like,
see, she just doesn't have to win the popular vote. She has to
correct.
flip states.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's not as easy said as done.
No,
And I,
correct. Yeah,
so when they're saying, it's 50-50, or she's up by one point, or, he's
yeah,
winning by 1 point, it's like paper thin,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
But then again, that makes really good media, though, doesn't it?
It does. You're absolutely right. It does. But
Yeah,
at the same
yeah,
time, both sides are saying the same thing.
yeah. But
So it's
they'll
like,
have to though, because they have to do that because they have to live positivity, don't they? They have to, like like in my experience, a few years of election stuff. It's interesting, it's they're also positive, and then after the election. It depends on whatever the result is. The team that loses, as such, if it's a team, go like, oh yeah, we knew. Just like, but we had to hold it together. It's like, oh, okay, fair enough.
right. At the same time, I kind of look at it this way. When your biggest ally, your news source, and I don't mean just one of them, I mean all of them,
What, like
are
NBC,
actually saying the
ABC?
same numbers. They're not saying, oh, he's ahead by
Yeah,
3,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
I mean, they're calling races that are beneficial to the other side, going,
Mm,
this is not working. This is not right. Something's wrong.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he keeps lashing out. So it's like, how much do you really believe the numbers on a rival news organization? Or do you just look at his behavior?
yeah, yeah.
I think he's a telltale sign. He's a walking telltale sign.
What do you mean by that? That I don't understand. It's a
He has
walking
no
tell.
poker face. He has a telltale
Right.
sign. He panics.
Oh, you mean
He's emotional.
yeah, 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 yeah. He shows exactly the way things are.
Right. The worse it's
But I think
getting,
he's not. He's
the worse
not
he's getting.
correct. He's not happy.
Right. So the pretty numbers that they may be able to tell him are not is what's being reflected by everybody else.
Yeah. Okay.
So now everybody else is wrong and he's right, which, come on. Or everybody else is taking a hard look going, wait a tick.
Yeah.
This ain't working, man. Cats
Yeah.
and dogs blurting out he hates American citizens.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, that's essentially what he did. Above all else, she's still an American citizen. He just blurted out he hates her.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah.
spiraling.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we're seeing the effects of a spiraling narcissist.
Hmm.
Yeah. The only thing that's keeping him alive right now is his base.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he's based at a some of the interviews I see that people interview his base, they are just crazy.
Whack job.
Crazy. Yeah,
I mean, call it for what it is. They're just whack jobs.
yeah, they're wackos. Yeah,
That's
they
why I look at his base and I just shake my head. I'm like, what planet are you people on?
yeah, exactly. No, I don't think they're on a planet. I think they're just floating around in the ethers. Right? It's
Yeah, it's just
But then
unreal.
again, you've got, I suppose it doesn't, like in life though, you got people that, for example, US, you'd have football teams that people will blindly follow those teams because they want them to win, but they lose, but they still follow them, like,
Right.
and so there's a part of psychology, of human nature that they'll follow something even though they know that it's dud, it's no
Right.
good.
They'll follow him right off a cliff,
Yeah, yeah.
blaming
Which
everybody else while it happens.
which is really interesting because like I don't know. I'm really different, I suppose. I see it for the way to a certain extent, I see it the way it is, like
Me too. That's why it's
yeah,
like, you could take all these polls and everything else, but it's like, look at what he says. Look at his
yeah,
actions. That
yeah,
tells me how the election's going.
yeah, yeah.
Because her
But also
side is
too,
not panicking.
yeah, but it's also too not that the Democrats are probably fantastic either. I mean,
Oh, they're horrible.
yeah, yeah, and but the point is, you got to look at, well, where are the policies supposedly, or where's the effect of when one's in government and the other one's in government? Like what's the effect
You know,
for the population as such, the overall effect? Because you can't pick individual things. I think that's just crap. Like you got people here, like political parties, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to build 1 million houses, we're going to do, all this sort of stuff. And you go like, well, it never happens, like it's
hmm
what is going to be the overall effect of that group having control over the finances and the running of the country as such. Because
right.
it's all this trickling effect. It's never any, like you're not going to benefit because that party or that group is running the country
Right.
directly. Do you know what I mean?
Correct. Absolutely 100%. I agree with you.
So, you're making a decision. It's actually more of an altruistic decision based on your beliefs of like, well, which party is going to be best for the country, for the people, for the ongoing whatever of that of humanity, I suppose. But that's really altruistic, and that's yeah, that's
Right. And
interesting.
for me, it boils down to the two individuals.
Oh yeah, you were there because it's different here though, Tom. That's right. You've got two individuals which will be decision makers of a whole country, which is like,
Right.
wow. Like where we're here, we have parties, but there's not an individual making that there's laws that are made by the group as such, not by
As
a
it should
person.
be,
Yeah.
with those
Mm.
people easily replaceable.
Yeah. But you also, within a party, you have the lefts and the rights and the centers, and they have to
Sure.
sort of come to some agreement. And you normally get something more around the center, which is more what society is sort of wanting with something, rather than the weird stuff one way and the weird stuff the other way,
Yeah.
because the party has to get to some sort of consensus or it won't happen. Where in US, you've got a person that sort of goes like, okay, yes, they're still part of a party, but they have sort of like what do you call it? A supreme sort of power.
Right. Who has
Mm.
veto power
Yeah, veto power. Yeah.
and the nuclear codes all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a ridiculous system.
Mm. I must admit, though, there's a big discussion at the moment. This is just me on my side of Ukraine and Russia, and the resistance to give Ukraine the ability to actually target inside Russia, I think is wrong at the moment. But I think we've had that
Well,
discussion.
apparently that's getting ready to change.
We'll see.
They just
Had a meeting, yeah, UK,
authorized or they had a meeting. They were going to discuss authorizing the UK and the US to give
yeah.
NATO planes.
Oh,
Yeah, and let NATO control the airspace, and then give Ukraine planes through NATO if they want to go and attack Russia on their own territory. That's up to them.
okay.
So I don't know if the decisions come down yet, but that's what they were discussing.
It's such a slow burn. It's just
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. Like it's just people's lives, and yeah. But anyway, yes. So I think Ukraine certainly has pulled a rabbit out of the hat by going and taking a whole area nearly as big as what Russia has taken over 5 years. So it's like, wow, how
Right.
vulnerable. I think it's the emperor with no clothes. I think that's really what's going on.
Yeah, and also I think warfare in itself has been turned on its head.
Yeah, with drones and yeah,
Yeah, because I watched a video the other day where Ukrainians are now using what is that uh it burns steel.
laser.
No, it's a chemical. They use it
Oh,
for they use it for melting steel.
oh,
Anyways, it'll
okay.
come to me. Uh,
Okay.
but now they're dropping that same metal that melts steel in certain areas where tanks are hiding in the trees, and they will drop this chemical that melts steel all the way down that tree line, and it burns everything to ash.
Phosphorus.
Everything. Pardon me?
Phosphorus.
Is that what it is?
It's where they weld train lines together with that sort of stuff.
I can't, thermite. That's what it is. It's
Yeah,
thermite.
thermite. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They use
Yeah,
it to
yeah, yeah.
weld train lines together.
Yeah. So now they're dropping that stuff from drones.
Right.
So they get over a tank or a
Yeah,
area where the, machine guns are dug in, and they're
yeah.
dropping thermite, and it's melting the weapons and the people at the same time.
Well,
And that's from a drone. And it's like, well, we
yeah.
no longer need, big
People.
88 cannons and
Yeah,
a huge force. Now we need small, football size
yeah.
vehicles and a target.
Yeah, well, they're making drones in people's, lounge rooms. They're assembling
Right.
them and just making hundreds and hundreds. They just need the resources. Anyway, I better go. I've got to go drive
Okay.
this bus, see how I go. All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. But like market will open. We'll see whether it's how many gaps we've got or not, if there are any. But certainly, Tuesday is going to be a bit of a.
It's going to be a big week.
I think it's going to be crazy. Yeah, big week. You're right. Big week.
Yep.
And maybe sometime it might be worth staying out of the big week.
Exactly.
And then just cleaning up after the big week. I think that's really more because it's too difficult to predict.
Yeah, everything's coming to a point.
To a point. Yeah, I agree with you.
Or it's winding like a band.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, ready to zap out.
Yep.
Rightio. Until then.